It's WQEB 97.3 Radio Cafe Live. Y'all already know. Queen Evelyn in the building. And I had to bring somebody I just wanted to flex with y'all. I got Renata Walsh in the building with me today. I'm so excited. Very excited.
Hello, I'm excited too.
Yes. I believe this is our second interview.
It is.
Okay. Awesome. So we was overdue for a check-in.
We were.
Okay, especially when you keep popping up on my TV screen. I was like, wait a minute. I knew about House Party now because you told me about that one. You was like, yeah, I got to roll. The House Party. So when y'all go to the movies, make sure to check me out. But you did not tell me about Beyond the Gates. And I was sitting there watching late night, like, oh, let me, support a Black production. And all of a sudden, I was like, I know her. Okay, let me call her, get her in here so we can find out what's going on. So, what has been happening since House Party?
Well, first that music you was playing, right? I gotta learn that dance. I be seeing everybody like, and I never have time to just sit up and learn it. I want to learn that dance so bad.
Okay.
But yeah, that's one of my things I like to do. But yeah, what's been happening since House Party? Wow, a lot. Like, been writing. Did my own production, Nina. I shot and finished last year. I premiered that at the Plaza Theater in January. I just did a private screening with the cast and production that helped me. And so now that's a part of a 3-part anthology called Verisimilitude that's on Amazon now. I think it's still available. But I'm actually doing something with Nina to actually get it episodic. So I'm working on the 2nd through the 6th episode. So
wow,
I hope to share that with everybody soon. If you haven't seen it through that anthology 3 short story piece, then I'm gonna definitely show it again so people can see it.
Yeah, because I didn't know you were a writer.
Yeah, I've been. My creative is all over the place because I still work full time. I have to stay balanced, and so but yeah, since House Party that has gone on. I shot The Shy last year, so season 7 should be coming out mid-May. And you said I didn't tell you about Beyond the Gates. I did shoot that as well, but I have this thing, right? As an actor, sometimes when you know you're not in a principal primary, like it is a principal role, but when you know you're not a season regular, or you're not a regular guest star or a regular reoccurring, guest star, sometimes it's a little nerve-wracking when that time comes. So you don't know if they used your role, you don't know if they cut it out. And throughout my career, when I first did the game back in 2011, they cut my lines. They didn't cut me out, but they cut my lines. And so I was like, and then I think that's happened maybe twice in my career. So it's always nerve-wracking when I know a show or a season's about to come out and I know I'm supposed to be in one of the episodes. So I never tell anybody until they see me and they're like, oh, I saw you on something. I'll be like, oh, yeah, it's cool. That's dope. So I'm like, you guys don't know. I be up in the house, like, shaking and eating stuff and walking around pacing like, oh, did they use it? Are they going to use it? Is it going to be good? How's it going to look? You kind of going through this internal thing as an actor. So it's a bit nerve-wracking. So I don't really like announce it. And it's just me. And I'm a little shy too, right? And so it's like, I don't, although I do, although I'm an actor and I'm an entertainer, I kind of like go hide in the corner too. And you know this, well, you might know this about me. You might feel
Yes.
that,
You're very
because
reserved.
I'm very
Yes,
like,
you're very
I
reserved.
like, walking my dog, going to the house
Yes.
and relaxing. But when it's time to work and stuff, I love that part too. So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Well, it's a
so
special treat for us. For those that know you personally, like to be like in the theater and it's like, Renata. You know what I mean? To be chilling in the office, like, oh, let me just watch something while I'm eating my lunch. It was like, hey, Renata, So it's
absolutely.
kind of cool for us because now I'm like, oh, I don't know what you're gonna show up in now. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, I could be anywhere on TV, movies that I might just see, Renata, that is so
Mhm.
awesome. How did you first get into the film industry?
Oh wow. So back in 2010, I was living here for I lived here for about 4 years before. And I was, my cousin, a distant cousin of mine, had a friend that wrote this film, this pilot. And so he said, we have one more role we need to fill. And I was like, well, I just do commercials and modeling. I came
Mm-hmm.
from a reporter background. Everything I did was radio and TV reporting. So I said, well, I'll try it, try it. Ended up doing it, making it. And then, so that was how I first got into like TV and film, that type of thing. And then after that, like I got the audition with the game, got my first gig, which
Mm-hmm.
which it was exciting. It was nerve wracking, but
Mm-hmm.
after that, um, just became independent films. And then the next thing was Chicago Med, and then Proven Innocent, and then so on. Yeah, House
Wow.
Party, and
Yeah.
then now Beyond the Gates, and then The Shy that's coming back out.
Mm-hmm.
Season 7.
Yeah. Well, you're absolutely stunning. So I am not surprised that
Well,
they
thank
have
you.
role after role after role for you. You know what I mean? And then your personality, and you're really most likely easy to work with, which is so important in this industry because you have to deal with so many different types of personalities, and
Right.
you need people who not only can play the part, look the part, but it can be professional.
Yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes that can be hard to come by
Right.
in this industry.
Mm-hmm.
What do you feel with the way the economy is working right now? What kind of effect that it's had on our local film industry here in Georgia?
Oh wow, it's had a huge effect. More on production probably than anyone. Of course, actors and everything. There are productions moving and grooving, but there are a lot of people out of work that are in the post and pre-production and production aspect of it, meaning um, your lighting gaffers, your audio,
Hmm.
everybody that kind of makes everything come together. So um, the economy is rough. It's real rough.
Yeah.
I've been getting auditions this year, but they've been very sporadic. So um, I haven't gotten as much as I would usually.
Hmm.
And so I know that's an effect, on the actors as well, because a lot of actors said that it's really slow right now. And then some actors are working. So,
Yeah.
it's all good. I'm happy for the ones that are
Right.
working, because it's hard when you're not,
Right.
especially if that's all you do. So,
Ah. Okay.
and I
Yeah.
was there before. So waitressing and doing all types of stuff,
Hmm.
cleaning houses and transporting patients and just having 4 and 5 jobs at once just to make ends meet and kind of meet, not meet exactly. But then if I can
To
get this from
maintain.
you, can you make this meet? And then I'll,
Yes.
you know how it is,
Yeah.
just, yeah.
So,
So
what do you feel has kept you here in Atlanta? I mean, because obviously there's an industry in New York and LA.
you can actually like live, like New
Hmm.
York and LA is very expensive. And so I'm I'm in my I'm in my mid 40s, right? And
Hmm.
so when I was in my 20s, I
Hmm.
dreamed about going to New York. I dreamed about going to LA. I didn't mind a bunch of roommates. I didn't mind living in a box,
Hmm.
get it how you live. But now it's like I got classmates that are passing away. Their spouses are passing away. They're only my age, I'm like, stability, 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 So my mindset, I've been able to be stable here.
Hmm.
And I've also been able to work my craft. So stability and being able to work my craft. It balances me out. I'm able to, kind of have there's still stress. I still have anxiety, sometimes because it just is life just happens, right? But it keeps me a bit balanced because I don't have to like struggle to. Because when you're struggling, it's hard to even think creatively.
True. Very true.
I know that when I first moved here, it was really a struggle for me for the first couple of years, and people were like, "When are you gonna finish this?" Or when I'm like, I can't even think. I I gotta pay my phone bill, make sure this job can call me just in case I get. So it
Yeah.
was just. So that's just real life stuff. So I
Mhm.
feel like if you can get stable, then it allows room for you to create, you know,
Right.
and whatever that looks like for you. So
Okay.
yeah.
So you are also a part of other industries, and we're going to get to that in a second. But
Yeah.
because you are part of TV and film, I have to ask you, what is your favorite TV show right now?
Oh man, I gotta say Raising Canaan.
Really?
Yeah, man. I love time period pieces, and
Mm-hmm.
part of me wishes I was an adult in the 90s. I was a teenager in the 90s, so
Mm-hmm.
and plus I didn't live in New York in the 90s. I'm from St. Louis, and so all of that
Mm-hmm.
stuff, that nostalgia for me is great. Plus, I like the characters on there, like Uncle Marv and Kanan is. I just like the characters. I like Jukebox. I like all the characters. That's like my show that I'm going to right now. Now, I wish they would come out with another Stranger Things. I'm kind of waiting on that if they do. But but yeah, that's probably my favorite show right now. I could
Okay.
probably think
Raising
so. But
Canaan. That's
that
crazy.
was that was a odd answer for you from me, huh?
Yeah, well, only because out of all of the brands within the Power universe, that is the one that I'm like the least interested in watching. And now you
Really,
have me interested to watch it because I need to know why Renata is watching it. You know what I mean?
I think it's the best one in the franchise,
Really?
other than Power
Okay.
itself being the foundation of everything.
Mm-hmm.
I just think the acting is on point, the storyline is on point. Like I said, it takes you back. It's nostalgic. And yeah, I just really I like all the other ones too, but with this one, it seems like they can almost keep going all the way up until they get to Power because
Wow. Okay.
it's Kanan's
Story. Yeah.
story.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta realize they haven't even introduced Ghost or
Tommy.
Tommy yet,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's like
Wow.
it's dope though. I think you should check it out. Look at me promoting this.
Okay. Okay.
They look maybe they'll get me on that show one day. They shooting season 5,
Mm.
and shoot, I don't know if they get a season 6, but who knows? But yeah, that's
Okay.
that's
Because
probably one
Ghost
of
did
my
not get, I think Ghost ended at season 4. I think they only have 4
six.
seasons oh, they do.
How?
Ghost.
Yeah, 6. They went to 6 seasons.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh,
The one
you
with the
mean?
sun.
Oh, you meant
Power Book 2.
yeah, two.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
only
They
had
only have
4 seasons or something like that.
yeah,
And Force, I watched like the first season. I don't know if it got a second season
yeah. It
or
does.
not. It does. Okay.
Yeah.
I have to check it out. But yeah, Kanan, and I think it's more because of his character that I'm like afraid to watch it or something. But now you
Hmm.
got me like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, maybe you're right. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a chance. I can get because I'm looking
You
for something else new to watch too.
it's gonna take you
Um,
on a journey, I think.
okay.
Especially with kind of going from liking him as a teenager
Mm-hmm.
to kind of being like, well, you see why he is the way he is,
Mm.
but I'm sure you're gonna change your outlook maybe, but you let me know.
Oh, okay. We got something else to
Hmm.
talk about. All right. So you're also in the beauty industry
Hmm.
and stuff. And again, you are not just behind the scenes, been in front of camera, so you've been modeling, but you also have um let me see what we call it. Well, it's yes, the body butters. I'm trying to think of the category that it fits in.
Hmm.
Skincare.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, my brain just went because I'm still recovering from being sick. So some things they come and they go. But yes, which I absolutely love and that I use here.
Yeah.
As you can see, I do not play around.
Yes.
Okay. This is literally like the only shea butter that I use. This is my go-to body butter. I know
Thank
everybody
you.
is so crazy about what is it? Body Glaze, Canvas Beauty, but it's the Renata Beauty, okay? Renata Beauty. That's what we do over here and stuff.
That's
How did you
nice.
get into the
Beauty.
body butter? Yeah, into the beauty industry.
I it was during COVID. It was probably like end of 2020, October. I kind of
Mm-hmm.
woke up with a dream, and I wanted to develop something that had something to do with self care. And at first, I started off making soaps, making
Mm-hmm.
natural soaps, and it went really well, but it takes so long.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought, well, you get out the bath, you have soap, you have body butter, you may have some scrub. And for me, self care is a candle, bubble bath,
Mm-hmm.
scrub, just where you're kind of doing everything, right? And so I was like, well, let me have like a package, right? Let me do body butters, let me do soap, body butters, candles, and body scrubs. And then I kind of removed the soaps because they just take so long, and I started working full time. And and I just do the body butters, body scrubs, and the candles. And it's really just geared on mental health and taking care of yourself and having self care, having that moment. I know a lot of people and a lot of the women in my family, especially my mother, she does for everyone. And you say, hey, mom, take some time for yourself. I can't. I don't have any time. I can't take any time. What time are you talking about? What time do
Mm-hmm.
she's like, what time are you on, Renata? You can do that. And I think it's just important because I told her that, well, you have to take care of yourself in order to be here. Because if
Mm-hmm.
you want to still continue to take care of everybody, because that's where your heart is, that's what your purpose is, you still have to take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's imperative that you have mental health time and just time to meditate, pray, and just breathe,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of time people pull energy from you.
Mm-hmm.
They don't mean to, but they do,
Uh,
you know,
who you
and
telling? That's how I
and
got sick.
right, and you end up drained, and yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and your immune system is affected, and then you like in the bed, and you may go through depression, and I've had issues with that from time to time, where I go in and out, up and down, because it's just you giving so much that you just like you silent now. You can't get anything out of me, right?
Right.
And so yeah, self care is very important, and it's very and plus the aromatherapy of it, right? So
Mm-hmm. Because this does smell really
I use
good.
oils that are natural oils and oils that actually have some type of healing and aromatherapy effect, like lavender. It's like a stress free if you need to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Lemongrass helps keeps those mosquitoes and different
Mm-hmm.
things away, but it's also help with healing and stuff. It's
Mm-hmm.
just that aroma, everything. It just makes you feel good.
Yes.
So
Oh,
that's
it
all.
does.
That's all. It's really just something I love to do. Plus, I love to I give some of my stuff away too, just because I want people to try it and see how it is and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. But yeah, that's kind of like Noir Beauty is is the beginning of my name. Noir means black in French, you know. So Black Beauty.
All right. I like that.
Mhm.
Now you have a new product coming out.
I have a new book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have a new book that I just launched digitally,
Mm-hmm.
and it's an introductory into the modeling industry, and it's every time I go home, every time people see my videos of my models, me coaching, they're like, "Oh, how do I get into the modeling industry? How do I do that?" And I'm always telling people and giving people pointers and everything, but in this book, they can actually see and have a guideline on how you can get into it, how you can stay in it,
Mm.
build your portfolio, how do you meet an agent, how do you go on auditions, how to stay mentally healthy.
Mm.
And it's called Where's My Broken Broomstick? And that title comes from whenever I go to class, I take my broken broomstick with me, and it helps with posture and walking on the runway. So it's an old school technique that where you kind of settle it in the lower part of your back with your arms kind of hanging over it, and you're walking up straight down the runway, and it kind of helps with posture and kind of like how we want your hips to be and everything. So yeah, it's so I just that's my first baby, and it gives some of my coaching techniques and everything. So I'm excited for people to see it, for people to read it, and I'm also excited to eventually have it paperback as well. Cause
Okay.
yeah,
Well, we're
but
about to get you at Barnes and Nobles with all of that stuff. We got to bring it back when it's released, y'all. Y'all already know we got to do an author feature when she come back. Well, tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram at Renata Walsh _. That's RENATAWALSH _. And on Facebook, Renata Noel, and on TikTok at Renata, RENATA. And then you can find me on YouTube too, Renewar Beauty, um, Renata Walsh. I think it's Renewar Beauty, Renata Walsh, something like that. Or it's together, so on YouTube. But yeah.
All right. Y'all been listening to WQEB 97.3. Thank you once again.
Thank you for having me, Queen. I really appreciate you thinking about me again.
Of course.
Can't wait to come back.
Always thinking about you. Let's see what's going on here. Oh.
Do I need to leave?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Got 3 beers and I'm counting my blessings. We broke bread, working our stuff, we broke down. On the tailgate, still wishing on stars, can't see behind the clouds. Clouds and cigarettes fall, that's what we call home. Hurry on, it's tomorrow, just trying to find a silver lining in a Silverado.